Hello everybody, welcome to JD's Journeys. My name is JD and welcome to my 300 subscriber special. Let me start off with something really simple. Thank you. Thank you everyone for subscribing. I'm now at 300 subscribers, which is a fairly big number. Not big in terms of YouTubers or anything like that, but I think 300 is pretty significant, and I'm just really humbled by it. So again, thank you everyone for subscribing. I hope to make some great videos in the future for you to see. I hope you really enjoy all of them, and I hope you enjoy this video because I have some stories to tell you. Instead of doing a Q&A for this one, I thought I would tell you a bit about my life in Japan. Now, for those of you who do not know, I lived in Japan for 11 years up until earlier this year. And some parts of me still feel like I'm in Japan, but it's just really still fresh in my mind. And I have some great memories. And in fact, in this video, I'm going to tell you about 5 of my biggest memories about living in Japan, not including meeting my wife and having my daughter, but I'm going to talk about a lot of the things that happened in Japan that are very Japanese. Also, you may have noticed I've done some videos about Japan. Well, those are mainly from last year when my sister was visiting, and there's going to be a lot more coming. So I hope you do enjoy them. And if you enjoy those videos and you enjoy my booktube videos, then please subscribe if you haven't done so. Also, before I begin the stories, I have a question for you. As you watch this video, please think about this. Do you think I should write a book about my life in Japan? When you reach the end of the video, please leave a comment saying whether you think I should write about it or not. So, let's talk about the stories I have. I have 4 very positive stories I'd like to share with you, and one which is quite negative. However, it's a very major event that happened, and I'm going to leave that one to the end. You'll definitely want to hear about it. So let's start off with just months after I arrived in Japan. So I arrived in 2005 in April, and at the end of July to the beginning of August, I climbed Mount Fuji. Now, my experience with climbing Mount Fuji was incredible. I climbed with a group of other teachers, and we arrived at Mount Fuji in the evening on July 31st, and we decided we were going to do an overnight climb. So we climbed all the way to the top in total darkness. Well, I shouldn't say that. All of the camps or stages have permanent buildings that are lit up, so you can see fairly well. And there were hundreds, if not thousands, of people climbing overnight, and everyone had their own lights. So it was actually a very well lit trail. However, going up, the mountain is 3,776 meters. And you start at about halfway up the mountain. There's a bus that takes you up there. And from then on, you have to hike all the way to the top. It took us, I believe, 6.5 hours to get to the top. So it wasn't that long when you think about it, I guess. But this was probably one of the best conditions we could have experienced. Absolutely clear skies. And I could see the Milky Way incredibly clearly. I'd actually never seen the Milky Way before, surprisingly, me with the astronomy degree and everything, you know? But as we were climbing to the top, some of us were starting to feel a bit of altitude sickness. I wasn't. I was a bit short of breath, but that was okay. By the time we reached the top, I was pretty lightheaded. The amount of oxygen is a lot less up there. And we went into a ramen restaurant. And that ramen restaurant, well, the ramen wasn't very good because you can't boil water at a high temperature at that altitude. So the ramen was a little hard. But I'd say the views were amazing up there. And one thing that struck me was how red everything was. All the rocks are red. It reminded me of pictures of Mars, actually. Of course, a lot of lava, magma, it contains a lot of iron. So, Mount Fuji's rusty. Yeah. On the way down from the top of Mount Fuji, the temperature started going up. It was maybe about 5 degrees at the top. But when the sun came out, it was pretty strong and my jacket was too much, so I took it off. Unfortunately, no one remembered to bring sunscreen. And there were a few of us that were sunburned pretty badly, including me. In fact, it was so bad that I took a bath when I got home, and it was a cold bath, and it felt wonderful. My skin felt so hot, and it was somewhat painful for about a week. That was not fun at all. But my experience climbing Mount Fuji was incredible. They say you should only do it once. You're crazy if you do it twice. Well, guess what? I'm crazy. I want to do it twice. Moving on to another one that involves hiking. In my latter half of my stay in Japan, I decided to take up long distance walking. And one day I decided to hike from my home in Kamakura down to an island called Jogashima in Miura City. That's on the Miura Peninsula. And the total hike would take me through, let's see, Kamakura, Hayama, I'm forgetting the name of the city. Of course, Yokosuka, Miura, and Zushi. Yeah, 5 cities and towns. And the total distance is about 35 kilometers. Now, you'd think that would be a pretty difficult undertaking, right? Well, actually, I was going on I guess an adrenaline high for much of the hike. I was walking constantly. I did not stop. I dared not stop. If I stopped, then my legs would start aching and I wouldn't want to start again. The only reasons I stopped was to go to the bathroom and buy snacks and maybe take some pictures of the sights. There are a few interesting things I saw along the way, including a shrine next to the ocean with a torii gate, a shrine gate that's out on the water. It's on a rock in the water. And that was pretty interesting. And my ultimate goal was to make it to Jogashima and eat sashimi or sushi. Now, Jogashima is famous for its tuna fishery. So I thought, oh, that'll be great. It's really fresh. Unfortunately, it was about 3 days before the fishery opened. Nothing was open. So I just got on a bus, rode back to the train station, and took a train home. No damn way I would walk home. That would take another, well, it took me 8.5 hours to walk that far. But after that, I decided I wanted to walk the entire coastline of Kanagawa Prefecture. I managed to do one other long distance walk, and that was about 21 kilometers in the opposite direction. But I never did anything beyond that. Thank you for watching this far. That's only 2 stories, but there are 3 more to come. So I'm splitting this video into 2 parts because it's going to be a bit long. So if you want to see that video, please stay tuned for tomorrow because it will be coming tomorrow. So if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments below. Let me know what you thought of my first 2 stories. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, please subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's. And check out these 2 videos. You can see some more of my videos while you're waiting for part 2 to come out. So thank you for watching. See you tomorrow.